Hi, my name is Stephen Lehnardt. I'm a VA accredited attorney with the Veterans Law Firm. We help our nation's military men and women receive earned veteran benefits. We have helped over 1,000 families in 37 states.
And my name is Aaron McCarter. I'm also a VA accredited attorney with the Veterans Law Firm. In addition to veteran matters, the Veterans Law Firm is a full-service law firm helping people preserve the assets and important things, protect their loved ones, and also plan for the future with estate planning, Medicaid, and other asset protection planning means.
Are you a veteran or a surviving spouse of a veteran, or do you care for or help someone who is? If so, spend the next few minutes with us as we talk about a little-known pension benefit for wartime veterans and their surviving spouses.
We call this benefit veteran pension. This benefit is available for wartime veterans or their surviving spouses, and it's a tax-free benefit for life as long as they're eligible. For some, this benefit can be as much as $2,900 per month, but for most, it's between $1,176 up to $2,127. For many, this represents a 50 to even 100% increase in their Social Security or other monthly income.
Sadly, less than 3% of those veterans and surviving spouses who could receive pension. Why? The VA doesn't promote it. And those families who find out about the veterans pension and try to apply for the benefit on their own quickly become overwhelmed and confused by the maze of regulations and forms that are required.
As you learn more in this video, please spread the word to veterans, surviving spouses, and other people that you know, friends and family, who may be interested or eligible for the benefit. Our goal is to increase the number of people receiving the benefit by just 1%.
While 1% may not sound like much, it represents over 200,000 families, each of whom could use the additional financial resources that the pension represents to help pay for things as they age. Together we can make a greater difference. Let's begin.
Wartime veterans or their surviving spouses are eligible for the veterans pension when they satisfy 3 basic criteria: qualifying service, a health criteria, and financial need criteria.
Qualifying service means that the veteran first must meet the definition of a wartime veteran. A wartime veteran is defined as a member of the military forces who has served for at least 90 consecutive days on active duty, with at least 1 day of service during wartime, and who received an honorable or other good conduct discharge.
Additionally, wartime means a period of declared war as recognized by the Veterans Administration. Also, it is important to know that the requirement of service 1 day during wartime does not require actual combat or even in-country duty. Periods of war applicable today are World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and the Gulf War, War on Terror.
One concept we want to make very clear and have you remember is that the wartime service requirement means that the veteran's pension is not available to all military veterans. It is earned exclusively through service during a wartime period. We'll make this point again later.
In order for a surviving spouse to receive the benefit earned by a wartime veteran, such spouse must additionally prove a continuous marital relationship with the veteran prior to such veteran's death, and that the spouse is not remarried.
Assessing whether the wartime service requirement is satisfied generally requires a review of the applicable separation from service records, typically a Form DD-214. If the wartime service requirement is not met even by just 1 day, the pension has not been earned and the pension will not be awarded.
To meet the health criteria, the veteran or spouse has to be permanently and totally disabled. The VA considers a person to be permanently and totally disabled if they are in a nursing home because of disability, receiving Social Security disability benefits, are unemployable as a result of a permanent disability, or if they are suffering from any disease or disorder that renders them permanently and totally disabled as determined by the Secretary of the Department of Veteran Affairs.
Now don't let that list discourage you. It is simply an example of confusing VA regulations. The VA defines a person to be disabled when they turn age 65. The health criteria is misleading. The real question to analyze is which of 3 disability ratings will the VA attach to the person?
That's right, and the disability rating is critical for 2 reasons. First, the rating determines the maximum pension amount, and second, the rating controls what expenses the VA will allow as part of the financial criteria.
The 3 disability ratings for veterans' pension are called Independent, Housebound, and Aid in Attendance. These names merely identify the veteran's disability rating and the corresponding maximum monthly pension amount.
Independent person is able to generally handle every aspect of life on their own without help from another person. This means they cook, clean, drive, shop, handle their finances and healthcare all on their own. The maximum pension for an independent veteran is $1,097 per month if single, or $1,436 per month if married. An independent surviving spouse would receive a maximum of $735 per month.
A person is considered housebound when they stay in or near their residence most of the time, either for a physical or a medical reason. Other than that, the person can be quite independent. The maximum pension for a housebound veteran is $1,340 per month if single, or $1,680 per month if married. A housebound surviving spouse would receive a maximum of $899 per month.
The VA makes an aid and attendance determination when a person needs someone to regularly help them with many of their daily tasks or special conditions. Someone who lives in an assisted living facility, skilled nursing or nursing home, as well as those who receive in-home care, should qualify for this level of pension. The maximum pension for a veteran in need of aid and attendance is $1,830 per month if single, or $2,170 per month if married. A veteran's surviving spouse would receive a maximum of $1,176 per month.
The last hurdle is passing a financial criteria. VA regulations state that pension is to be awarded to a low-income wartime veteran. So even though a veteran may have wartime service, the veteran is still required to demonstrate financial need.
Financial need is demonstrated with an income test and an asset test. To pass the income test, the veteran's gross household income minus their unreimbursed medical expenses must be less than the VA pension benefit. Unreimbursed medical expenses always include hospital and doctor's fees, dental care, Medicare premiums and copayments, insurance premiums, and transportation to medical offices.
Extra medical expenses are allowed to those who are housebound or need aid and attendance. For those individuals, the cost of personal care services, such as assisted living or in-home care, are also allowed to be deducted from income. Aaron, let's give a couple of examples.
Okay, great. Let's assume we have a veteran with $2,000 per month of countable income that also has $1,000 per month of unreimbursed medical expenses. For that veteran's VA pension application, they would have $1,000 of income, which would reduce their potential benefit by $1,000.
Okay, suppose, however, a married veteran is in assisted living and is rated as needing aid and attendance. If the veteran's total monthly income is $5,000 and the assisted living cost is $6,000 per month, the veteran would then have a monthly deficit of $1,000. Now, any deficit is counted as an income of 0, and the veteran will therefore be eligible for the maximum monthly pension for aid and attendance of $2,170.
Now that is a fantastic result. However, we still have to contend with the asset test. In addition to low income, the wartime veteran must also have a limited net worth. The VA has not specifically defined what a limited net worth is. However, in general, to satisfy this test, a veteran's net worth must be lower than the veteran's lifetime financial need.
Net worth is calculated by adding the value of all property owned by the veteran and their spouse, if married, not including a home and car. Items included in the calculation of a veteran's net worth would include things such as rental real estate, farms, bank CDs, savings accounts, stocks, bonds, annuities, and other investments. Be careful, however, if you sell or rent that home, it's no longer exempt.
Also, you may hear or read about VA general net worth guidelines of $50,000 if single or $80,000 if married. These popular guidelines do not exist and are misleading. Depending on the veteran's age and health condition, those numbers may be too high to qualify for the pension. In fact, the only rule of thumb we have seen the VA apply is that the older you are, the less you need.
That's crazy and backwards. Most of the veteran families that we have helped find that their expenses increase with age. We have had many people come to us having looked at those popular rules of thumb and applied without assistance, only to be denied because the VA has determined that they have too much money.
So, when a veteran or spouse satisfies the three criteria of service, disability, and also financial need, the next question is, how long does it take for a VA application to be processed? Well, in our experience, the VA has a pattern of deny, continue to wait, and ultimately hope that the applicant passes before their pension is awarded.
That's right, and it's a shame. To avoid the perpetual VA waiting game experienced by so many, it is critical that each individual person first do a preliminary analysis and then make sure that they have a proper application the first time so that they can avoid the perpetual requests for additional information or corrected forms that happens otherwise.
So what's the next step? The answer is to review the situation of either you, a loved one, or a family member, and determine if your application would need legal assistance. But please, don't delay getting that assistance. The VA pension is here to help with high care costs and other life expenses that you may be incurring.
So please, take a look at how your situation fits within VA pension. You can call the VA directly or look at their website. You can speak with a veteran service organization, or you can talk with one of our trained paralegals, and they can do a free, no obligation triage of your situation. And if you would like to have us assist, we are confident that we can help you.
Thank you.